Oye, Loda. We're going to take a brief look at a very useful function. In this case, we're going to look at the max-min functions. So let's say that I have a whole bunch of data in here, maybe that has been exported from a contact list, or I've got a bunch of different trials that I've gone through and done different settings on my satellite, and now I've got, this is my number of contact minutes, here are my number of targets, that sort of thing. There are a few things that I want to show. I've primarily set this up for the min-max, and a lot of times you can get some of this information from the actual reports built into STK. But sometimes if you want to be able to build your own report, or work with the numbers in a more advanced way, it can be good to export them. Okay, a few things that I want to do. First off, let's find summation of minutes. And for that, I'm going to do the following. Equals sum for summation, and that means adding stuff up, and it tells me basically select all the things you want to add up. Instead of clicking on each of them, I can actually left click and hold down and drag down, let's say that I have 50 trials, and these are all the ones that I want. I hit enter, and now my total number of these combined, adding it all up, comes up to 98,540. And if I find something is wrong, oh, this wasn't 98, it was actually 99, I can then change that, and we see that this automatically updates. So if I go down to, say, 40 instead, we'll noticeably change this value. So it automatically updates too, which is nice. Sometimes you may be pulling information that ends up looking the same or being the same size, but has different numbers, and you can just paste it over your original. So that's going to be the summation. We could also do things like finding the mean, or sorry, not the mean, that's the average. So I can take the average of this, drag down, that's another common function. And the average of all those values is 1,965. I can also get the median. In this case, it's trying to think that I want the median of the other column, but I don't. I'm going to click enter. All right. Now, just like we saw before, I've now taught the spreadsheet some math. I can go through and I can drag these by grabbing the little circle on the bottom right, drag them over to the right, and we can see that now I moved one row or one column to the right. It moves all of these targets one column to the right as well. And so now I have the summation, in fact, maybe I should mark this better, sum, average, and then median for each of these values. Another one, the name of this particular video, is going to be finding the maximum and the minimum. So on this, we have min, it's starting to read my mind, and it looks like it's actually reading it pretty well this time. So I could drag down, but I can see that it's actually filled in the right thing, so I'm going to hit enter. And then here, I'm going to, sometimes it's good at reading your mind, sometimes it's not. We can see the max function, and we've got this. So if I were to look through this entire list, which would take me a little bit, but wouldn't be terrible, it would be terrible if I had 1,000 or 10,000 entries. But this quickly tells me that the smallest number in this list is 15, looks like it's right there, and the largest number in this list is 5,125, which I don't know exactly where that is, but at least I'd be able to know what that number is without having, oh, there it is, in slot 47. Now that I've taught it that, I can move these over once again, and we can see, oh, the smallest number for our number of targets is 1, and the largest number is 2,880. What did I do to the satellite? Looks like that's number 36. One last thing that I'm going to show you here with working with some basic functions is this. What if I wanted to do the summation? I wanted to drag this over, but I didn't want it to actually to follow me over one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and show this here. If you put in dollar signs in front of the column, so that'd be the letter, and the row, which would be the number, when you do dollar signs, that tells the spreadsheet to not move that. So you can see here, no matter how much I move over, it hasn't moved where C2 to C51 is. You can also put a dollar sign just in front of C, and it will keep it from changing horizontally as you move from column to column, or you could put a dollar sign in front of just the number, and it would allow you to change the column as you move to the right or left, but it wouldn't allow you to change the row if you were to move up and down. So feel free to play with that some, but the key to getting the spreadsheet to not switch numbers if you drag over is to put dollar signs in there. So I guess this video isn't just min-maxing, it's basics of functions and controlling them. But hopefully this was useful for you. We'll see you next time.